this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am bringing you another in our series from my Disneyland trip. And this two-page spread focuses more on kind of a lesser known, or maybe not the first thing you think of when you think of Disneyland, attraction. One of the things my family loves to do whenever we are at Disneyland, and it's not very often that we get to go, but I love to go for at least one ride on the train that goes all the way around. And we don't always go all the way around anymore, but we certainly enjoy hopping on the train and going from one area to another area. And so these are some photos that I took of the train station there in New Orleans Square, and then of the monorail, because we hopped off the train in Tomorrowland and got on the monorail to go back to downtown Disney and get to our hotel. So at any rate, this is going to be hopefully not a super long layout for you, but it should be a cute one, and hopefully you can add it to your ideas for things to do in your own albums. Let's take a look at what's in my workspace. Okay, so I am using a jumping off place for the idea for this layout. I'm taking from a sketchbook that came out from Creative Memories probably at least a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. This is a sketch that was done up, and the sample here is using Sparks of Magic, which is what I'm going to use today. We're not going to duplicate this exactly, but we are going to do or hit some of the main points that are shown on this layout. You'll see there is a sketch here also that you could do in any collection, of course. Any of these layouts that I do, you can use any collection for. And I wish there was a way on YouTube that you could submit a photo of your layout so we could see it, kind of like we do on Facebook. But if you do use another collection to do one of my layouts, I would love it if you would comment and let me know which collection you've used, because I think that would be really cool for other people to consider what they could do using a different collection. At any rate, let's get started on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this striped paper, and we're going to cut 1/2-inch strips for the top and full-inch strips for the bottom. And then you'll notice they've got actually a triple layered sticker, 3 different 12-inch stickers layered here, and I'm not sure I'm going to go that route, but we'll see. I do have them available in case that's what I want to do. They also have a mat that is 2 mats on top of each other, and then each of these photos are matted on cardstock. And I am going to do a little bit of that, but let's see what we can do. I'm not sure I'm going to have room for the cute journal mat, but let's see what we can do. Okay, I'm going to set this kind of off to the side over here so we can keep it in mind, but we are not going to be glued to it today, so let's see where we go. I'm also going to move this red cardstock out of the way, and we're going to compare some reds when we get that far. So there is that too. All right, so we're going to take this cute striped paper, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are going to be 1/2 inch. These are going to go across the top of both pages. You'll notice I have that blue polka dot kind of patterned paper that is also in the Sparks of Magic collection, all ready to go. We're going to use that as our base, although we could certainly go ahead and just mount it on our black page, like we've done with several of our layouts so far. So that is also an option. So now I've got my 2 1-inch strips, my 2 1/2-inch strips. We've got a little bit of extra of this particular paper, just in case we want it for any other special reason. I'm going to just set it up there and set that aside until we're ready to deal with mats. Okay, so these are the mat cards that I was planning to look into using. You'll notice when you put this one on top of this one, you kind of lose the black at the bottom of it, and it almost looks like it's solid from here down, which is kind of an optical illusion. I don't know if we'll use that or not, but we'll set it over here just in case. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere our, I think just for fun, since I haven't done it for a while in this album, we're going to go ahead and add these strips to a full page, to a full paper. It's in wallpaper our page, just to add some variety. So I'm going to add this across, straight across the bottom of the blue polka dot paper. I know that looks like it's a little off. It's because there's a blue strip on the edge over here. So, yeah, makes it look like I have not lined my paper up properly, but I promise you I did. Okay. Now we're going to turn these and go ahead and put that 1/2 inch piece on. And I'm going to keep mine lined up so that the same color stripes are lined up with how it is at the bottom of my page. So not necessarily so it'll look like the stripes go all the way through, but it just, I think, will look a little tidier if I keep those the same. Oh, you know what? I did mess that one up. I don't know what I was thinking. That's kind of strange. Oh dear. Okay. Where's my... There it is. Oh, I don't know if I can get it off now. It's very, very stuck. Please come off. Okay. Let's try and do it from this direction. And maybe that will work better. There. Okay. Oh, I have the dropsies. Okay. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and just add some adhesive to the back of these sheets and get these put on, adhered to my pages. So I'm going to make sure that lower center corner is right and that that edge on the left is in line with the jeeping, and then the rest of it lines up just right from there. Same thing here. Just lining up my corner in the center and the jeeping edge, and then smoothing the rest out. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the border at the bottom. So you'll notice in the sample here that they've got this border placed right along the edge of the stripes, and then the stars kind of go on top of it between the two. Then they've got the Let the Good Times Roll banner that goes across the top of the roller coaster piece. So let's try and see. I'm going to use these, I think, on this sheet. We're going to just place this right on top, edge to edge, because it goes all the way across. And then get this other one. Since we're doing pictures of the railroad, I contemplated doing, some railroad tracks along the bottom or something like that, which would also, I think, be really cute. If you don't have the stickers, if you have the the railroad tracks punch, you could use, you could punch railroad tracks, certainly. I think that would be darling. I unfortunately did not get that punch, so I don't have that as an option, which I'm sad about, but it is what it is. Okay, and then these stars are going to go on top of that center edge where these two come together. Okay, so just like that. I'm going to come over here and borrow one from this other sheet. We're going to just put this on. So fun. Okay. And then now I need to decide whether I'm going to add the Let the Good Times Roll across there. And maybe I will, because I can't really see myself using this banner for anything else. So I think I am going to go ahead and just add that on to the top of that sticker. So we've got 3 stickers, which seems crazy to me because I don't typically add so many stickers. But you know what? These are a great tool for making fast, fun pages. And we should utilize them more instead of feeling like we need to recreate something fantastic that is going to take hours and hours and hours every time we do a couple of layouts, right? So, that being said, now I have photos I need to mount. And you'll notice, see, this is the true red cardstock that we have in our line currently. And you can see there are 2 different reds in the striped pattern, 2 different reds in the stars. There is the red, and then there is the darker red, which is the cranberry. That's what this color red is. And the red in this train is, I think, the darker red, although we have on colors that are a little bit more on the orangey side. I think the cranberry red is going to serve us a little bit better than the true red is, even though you definitely get more pop with this red than we do with this one. But I think I'm going to go with the cranberry red instead. So I'm just going to cut some borders really quickly for these. And they're not going to be huge borders. We're not going to add a lot of an edge, just a tiny one. So I'm going to measure these really quick to see how wide of a border I need. So this one is 1, 2, 3 1/4, or just a hair more. 3 1/4. So we're going to go with 3 1/2 for that. Right, and then the length is almost 6 inches, a little bit shy of 6 inches. So I think what I'm going to do is just take about 1/4 of an inch off. I don't want to cut the Mickey ears out, and we're going to take just 1/4 of an inch off of one end so that I can have a little bit of a border without and still be able to cut this at 6 inches so that I can use it for another photo on the next page, which I think is going to need the same size mat. Okay, so this one, you can add mats that are of varying sizes. It will make a different impact on your page. So sometimes, just to make sure that I can, add that little extra element, I will just put a tiny little thin mat like that on versus, a 1/4 of an inch mat all the way around, because you just don't always need a full 1/4 of an inch all the way around your photo. Sometimes you just need a little bit of color to separate that picture. And see, this photo is even a little bit smaller. So I'm going to just trim it so that that edge is the same all the way around. There we go. That one's going to go on that side. Then I've got, this is a 4x4 photo. So I am just going to trim this one down just a little bit, just 1/4 of an inch, so I can do a 4. I can do a 4x4 frame. And so let's see here. We're going to cut a strip at 4 inches. Then I'm going to turn that and cut a square at 4 inches for that 4x4 photo. That will work for this picture. And then this other one is going to be a 4x6 frame. I'm going to trim off just a little bit of this one also, so that it will look appropriate in its mat. And the red mats give this layout a lot of character, so that's why I am looking at probably matting all of these photos. When I normally don't mat every single photo on a layout, but sometimes it is fun. This time we're definitely just gonna do it. Okay, And then this one is also going to need a 4x4, I'm sorry, 4x6 mat. So I'm going to just trim off just a tiny bit. Let's do this side. We'll just trim off a little bit. There. And then yeah. Actually, let me go ahead and put this one on here, and then I will trim around it, because I might be able to conserve a little bit of paper that way. Okay. So this is another way to do it. Sometimes I will go ahead and just adhere the photos and then cut my mat around the photo. Other times I will cut the mat first and then adhere the photo. So it just kind of depends on what's easiest. There's that one. All right, so then let's look at these over here. I think this photo will work. I'm going to trim off just a tiny bit from the bottom. Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, and then trim off the cardstock that's extra. So you can see my daughter photobombed my husband in the background of this particular photo. She was very proud of herself for that. It's hard to catch Dad unawares sometimes, you know. All right, so we've got those. I have these 3 more to do. Let's see. I've already trimmed some of these, so that's why I have to measure them and remember what I trimmed. So this one needs to be 3 1/4 or 3 3/4. I beg your pardon. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to do 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And that will work for the Mark Twain. If you've not ever ridden on the train all the way around, you should do that. It's really relaxing, very fun, and you get to see some sights from the railroad that you wouldn't otherwise get to see. So it's kind of cool. Okay, there's that one. And then yeah, this one will go on here. I'm not sure because we didn't ride it all the way around, but when I was a kid, they had dinosaurs from an old, I don't know, like a state fair or the national fair or the World's Fair. I don't know. I don't remember what they were from, but they were from some humongous event that Disney made these animatronic dinosaurs for. And then when they were done, rather than just, scrapping them, they added them to the entertainment on the railroad, which was kind of cool. You went into these caves. It was fun. Anyways, so much for nostalgia, right? Okay, So now what I'm going to do is take these and go ahead and get them put down. And I think what I'm going to do is have these matching sized photos, or nearly matching sized photos, at the top. Let's put my pages together so I can see how this is going to match up. All right, and then these. Some of these are going to overlap just a little bit. What is going on with my with my adhesive? Okay. So I'm going to just overlap these just a little bit, just enough so you can see that they are overlapped without disturbing or covering anything up in my picture that I want to see. And we can do something similar but coming kind of back the other direction with these two lower photos. I think that's going to be okay. And I'm going to just lower this one down just a little so I can write in that area right there, since I don't think I'm going to have room for a journal box. But who knows, when we get these all on here, maybe I'll feel like I can take some of that off. I mean, add a journal box, sorry. Come on. There. All right. So this one's going to go up over just a little bit to overlap. And this one can be a little bit overlapped like that. All right. Now let's see, what can we do? Can we add? I think adding that journal box might be a little bit too much. Let's see. We could just add a little bit of it, maybe. Just a little bit of it right in here. I don't know that we need the double matted one. so hard to decide. Maybe what I'll do is cut this one in half. And then just use the bottom half of it. So that's a 4.5 inches, so 2.25 would be all I would need, because I don't need a huge journal box, but I would like something, just a little something. Maybe just right underneath all of this. I'll just slide it right in there, and then I can make a couple of quick little notes. Okay, and we could add this one in kind of right there. That wouldn't give us very much though. I don't know. Okay, so now we just need some embellishments, and we are good to go with this one. So let me grab my embellishments. Let's see if we have anything fun and fanciful. Those all have red polka dots, and we've got stripes. Maybe that would be all right. Would that be all right? We're going to build something fun for that upper left area. Should we go with red or black polka dots to just add, add a little bit more black since we've got some red. So fun, adventures, say cheese. All right, let's see. Foam squares to the rescue. What if, see, there's just so many options. So many options. Where did that cute red, there it is. The red polka dot one. I'm thinking that would be really cute. If we're gonna layer it, we might as well layer it on top of something colorful, right? I think so. Cool beans. We can do that. We could do that. We can do that. I'm not super good with the adding, you know, multiple different layers of these fun things, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to experiment a little more. That's all we can do, right? Let's just keep trying. So let's add some foam squares to this guy too. Come on there. There we go. I never really thought that baby blue would be a great color for Disneyland, but I'm liking it. I think it works. I think it works. What do you think? I think it's cute. We're going to do the say cheese over here. Where my daughter surprised my husband. Have to be careful though, because I don't want to cover up this. Let's see if I can get that to pop up, and then I can put the top layer under there. That's better. I like that better. Okay. See, cheese, and then let's see, I think I saw a little camera. Where'd it go? Well, we've got this camera that we could use. I'll put down here. It's just a little bit darker blue. Would that look oddly out of place, do you think? I don't know. I'm going to put it on there anyway. I think it'll be alright. I'm not going to pop it up though. We'll just leave it kind of off to the side just to add some emphasis to the journaling area. Okay, I believe that's going to do it for that layout, along with some journaling, which I'll add later. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty cute. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Have a great day.